Hey everyone, I am sitting here in my kitchen to take a few minutes out of my Saturday to talk a bit about the new video on demand venture that I'm working on through my own personal business, David Walton Rehabilitation, Education, Consulting, and Research, in conjunction with our lab, the Pain and Quality of Life Integrated Research Lab at Western University here in London, Ontario, Canada. Back in October, I ran for the first time a workshop entirely done on my own called Comprehensive Pain Assessment for Clinicians. We had great response to that, and I appreciate everyone who participated. That session was video recorded, and I've been working away since that time on processing the videos and getting them into a format that can then be distributed online. A big part of the stimulus for this has come from my own experience with various professional development and education research groups, not the least of which, of course, would be my position at Western with the School of Physical Therapy. But in addition, I've recently completed about 1.5 year tenure as a chair of a working group for the Canadian Physiotherapy Association. That working group was focused on professional development through CPA. And most recently, I've started my role as secretary for the Education Special Interest Group for the International Association for the Study of Pain. And through those different avenues, have come to realize, for one, we could use more good rehab education and professional development offerings, I suppose, although there are several that are out there, and believe you me, there are some excellent providers of professional development. But in addition, we recognize that there's a bit of an issue with accessibility for a lot of professional development here, not only here in Canada, which is something we learned through the CPA working group, but also around the world, that I've become more sensitive to now, having been involved with the International Association for the Study of Pain. So anyway, the goal here was to video record the first workshop, and I will continue to do so as I do additional workshops in the future. I've got a cooperative venture starting shortly with a good friend of mine. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag on that one yet, but we are going to continue to produce and provide what we hope is good quality professional development for rehab professionals, whether those be physios, chiros, physiatrists, pretty well anyone who works in the rehab field. Anyway, the point about the accessibility is that without being able to access some of this great professional development, unfortunately, there are a lot of professionals who are working really with probably somewhat outdated understandings of new science, frankly, because they haven't had the opportunity to participate in professional development. So, with that said, I have now gotten through the first 4 video modules from the Comprehensive Pain Assessment Workshop, and I'm just working on the 5th. I looked around for different distribution platforms and have settled on the Vimeo platform. Through that, you can rent or purchase the different modules. I've tried to set the prices what I think are quite accessible, so $3.99 to rent for 48 hours, or $12.49 to purchase and download the module forever. And that's each module. The next thing I'm working on, which I'm actually working on today, is the development of a post-course sort of evaluation or quiz, which will allow people around the world to go through the modules at their own time, then take the quiz, and assuming success, then get a certificate that they can print and include with their professional portfolio or whatever it is they need to do. One thing I've not been able to do yet, and I recognize this, is to get any sort of CME type of certification for these. For those of you who need continuing medical education credits or something similar. if this system pans out, then I'm certainly willing to do that and to look into that. It's not cheap, frankly, to begin with. So I'm not going to do it right off the bat. I actually currently have no idea if anyone's even going to buy video. So before I spend the money to get the CME accreditation, let's wait and see what happens with these videos. For those of you who don't want the high resolution version of the videos, then you can go to the website, which is pearlresearch.com. I've got to scroll it across the bottom here. And you're welcome to purchase for download low resolution versions of each of the modules for $5 a piece. The nice thing about the Vimeo is for those of you who have a smart TV, an Apple TV, Roku, Xbox, Chromecast, any of these media streaming devices, you can watch these things right on your television. So anyway, that's sort of where I'm going with these. I'm not looking, what this matters or not, this isn't my primary money-making venture, of course. I already have a full-time job. So what I'm looking to do really with the proceeds from these videos is to put them back towards my lab and my research program, as well as my graduate students and that sort of thing. So a portion of every sale is going to go back to the lab. So if you're interested, I'll be sure to include the link to the Vimeo channel underneath this video. I would love to hear some feedback. I will admit that I am a very, very novice video producer. So I think the first video took me about 20 hours to do a 1-hour video. And I will admit that the production value is not terribly high, but at least the knowledge is there, and I think that it's useful nonetheless. And in fact, for those of you who go on and look at the other modules, you'll notice that I do get a little bit better and a bit smoother with some of the transitions and that sort of thing as we go forward. So I may someday even go back and redo the first one. But anyway, like I say, the information is all there. The knowledge is there, even if the production value leaves a little bit desired. So thanks for watching, and I would be very interested in people's feedback on this. Thanks, bye. Special bonus for watching this video. I am going to give you a coupon code. The first 100 people to purchase or rent the first module in the Comprehensive Pain Assessment series from the Vimeo On Demand website can take 20% off. The coupon code should be scrolling across the bottom right now. Again, that is only good for the first 100 purchases. Cheers.